guys, what's up and welcome back to another video. For the scent of the day, I am bringing you my miniature candle yet again. And I'm still working on this Be Thankful by Yankee Candle. It's nothing really special, so I would say skip that one for sure. But if you get to try Nag Champa incense, definitely go for this one. If you're new around here, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you will never miss anything interesting. And I also do upload every single day on Instagram and on Reddit, so if you like new daily updated content, be sure to go follow me over on there. Currently I am in Instagram jail though, so I've been posting everything on stories just until July 24th. This is the palette of the week that we're going to be doing the overview and the tutorial on today. And I'm really excited to show this to you guys. I'm pretty sure you've seen this one all over the place though. And I am late to the party, but I mean, what you gonna do? Also, if you want to stay till the end, I'm gonna do a bonus get ready with me. I do this like once a month and I'm gonna talk about some really personal stuff. If you like that kind of stuff, then just stay tuned till the end part of this video and I'll put on my makeup and just talk about some crazy stuff that's been going on with me. So let's jump right into the overview. This is the Tati Beauty Texture Neutrals Volume 1 palette. When you open it up, you can see there's a very large mirror in here. And this is quite a big palette, so when you look at it, there are 24 shades in here, 18 which are eyeshadows, and the other 6 are pressed glitters. All of the eyeshadows are 1 gram each, and the glitters weigh 0.75 grams each. There are 4 formulas in this palette. The bottom row are all your mattes, and then this row right here are all your sequins. And then these are all your metallics, and then up here are all your pressed glitters. The matte formula is super pigmented, but it's very easy to blend and very easy to layer. The sequin shadows have tiny little pinpoint glitter specks in them, and the best way to use these are to pack them on with a wet brush. Now these metallic shadows up here, they're very creamy, but they are also crafted with a base pigment, which you can use them in any sort of way because they actually do have color to them. And this row of glitters up here, I love this formula because it's very soft, yet is very adherent, so you don't necessarily need a glitter glue with it. They are definitely multifunctional. You can really pack them on for some high shine, or you can gently disperse them for just a little sparkle. I really appreciate the nice light to dark gradient in this palette. And now I'm going to show you a few swatches of the palette so you can see every shade swatched out and what the color stories look like. Alright, now some information about this palette is, if you're familiar with Tati Westbrook, this is actually her brand and her first palette that she ever created in that brand. And this palette is supposed to be universally flattering for everybody of every skin tone. And lastly, it's created with 6 monochromatic color stories. So if you go up or down the column, you can use a different color story all the way across the palette. This palette is cruelty-free and vegan. And now for the best part, the cost. The entire palette costs $48, but if you break that down, it does cost $2 per shade, or for the eyeshadows, you're paying $2.67 per gram, and for the glitters, it's $10.67 per gram. And when I used this palette, I absolutely loved it. I got absolutely no creasing or patchiness. There was quite a bit of kick up in the pans itself, but I got very minimal fallout with this palette. If you're interested in buying this, I definitely recommend it. Now that we learned a little bit more about this, let's jump right into the tutorial. Alright, I'm glad you're here for the tutorial with me. And like always, we're going to start with our prep steps. So the first thing I'm going to do is my L'Oreal Infallible Long Wearing Eye Pencil. And I'm going to tight line my upper waterline with this. Now stick this eyeliner somewhere where it's easily reachable because we're going to be reaching for that in a little bit. Next, you're going to want to prime your eyes with your favorite eye primer. I'm using the Revlon Candid Concealer. And you want to take this all around your eyes. And make sure you get it in this little corner right here because you just need to brighten that up. And then blend it out. Now that we got the prep work done, I think we should talk about what kind of eye look we're doing, right? So today we're gonna be making a smoky eye. Now you can use any colors to make a smoky eye, but when I look at this color story in this palette, the first thing that I see is a dark smoky eye. So we're gonna use colors like black, brown, and tan and just create a very dark abyss on the eye today. The first brush I'm gonna start out with is one of these, and it's just a pointed detail brush. And I've been really loving this lately. And I'm gonna go into the black shade, the matte black, and I'm gonna start in the middle of my eye right here. And I'm just gonna sketch out my outline. So I kind of want to create like a cat eye shape. Kind of like that. And once I have that on, I'm going to start from the inner corner and connect it. Now for this look, it's really imperative that you get down into that inner corner as deep as you can go and connect it with this line. So if you look at mine, see how down into that inner corner I'm getting? We really want to smoke this out, so just keep it like that. Okay, now once we have our shape on, I like to take a small, just a small detailed flat brush, kind of like this, and I'm gonna go back into the matte black shade, and I'm gonna start filling this guy in. Now once you get to this outer corner, what I like to do is just start at my outer corner and just make a line that goes directly up to where you drew your little point at, and then continue working on filling it in. You want this part to be really bold, so feel free to go over it a few times and make it really super dark and pigmented. This is by far the best black eyeshadow that I have in my collection, so you really don't need to go over it too much. It's pretty intense right off the bat. Now the next step is to grab a domed, fluffy brush, and I like to use smaller brushes when I'm doing eye work. It's just maybe because my eyes are hooded or something, but they just work a lot better for me. And this is the Jessup Firm Blender 244, and this is one of my most used brushes. I love this one. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take this brush and make little tiny circles around the harsh line of this black shadow. Now once you have that blended to your heart's content, go on and take a flat edge detail brush and jump into the brown matte shade. We're gonna line the rough edge with this brown matte, and now we're going to start forming our gradient with some lighter colors. And you want to take this brown shadow all the way down into your inner corner as well. Once you've applied the brown, go back into your domed blending brush and give that a whirl. And the last shade for this gradient is going to be this matte tan. Now lastly, you want to blend out that matte tan. Alright, now we're going to do some lid work. So take your favorite lid brush and go into the black metallic. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to place this all over the mobile lid. Now for the fun part. Take that same brush and lightly dab into the black glitter, and then you want to lightly just tap this around your lid on top of that metallic. You don't want a bunch of glitter on here, but you kind of want to be able to see it, so it's like that fine line between. Now jump back into your L'Oreal black eyeliner, or any black eyeliner. I just really love this one. And line the waterline. You may want to go over it a few times for some real intense color, but just make it as black as you can. It's all coming together, so what we're going to do next is create the same gradient on the lower lash line. So to start, I like to start with a pencil brush, and this is my favorite one, and it's from Luxie. It's the 217, and I'm just dipping into the black shade first. And starting from the inner corner, you want to make a pretty thick line that goes all the way to the outer corner. And just sticking with the same pencil brush, go into the brown and lightly outline the line with the brown. And then lastly, the tan. Now feel free to clean up around the edges with some micellar water. Alright, now I'm going to go in with some mascara, and I will be right back. Alright, so here's the full look with mascara on. And like I always say, if you want to see it with lashes, I will link down below the Saturday pictorial so you can see what it looks like with full-blown lashes on. And I wore Lily Lashes Miami, so they are big lashes too. Let me know in the comments what you think about this look. But don't forget, stay tuned because I am doing a get ready with me in a few minutes. And I'm going to be chatting about some pretty intense stuff. If you want to hang out with me a little bit more, then stick around for that. If you're here for this segment of the video, thank you. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just going to show you the products I'm going to be using. Not really going to talk about anything. Just get into what I want to talk about. I'm actually a little apprehensive to talk about the subject because I feel like a lot of people would judge me, but I'm just going to say it anyway because maybe it will help somebody that could potentially be going through the same thing. But anyway, to preface this whole story, this took place around maybe July 4th and the few days surrounding that time. So if you know what I posted for 4th of July, this was my mental state during that time. And that's what I'm going to be talking about. So I never really talk about my medications and stuff, but just so you guys know, I take about like 8 medications every night for my mental health. And I mean, I got a lot of stuff in that department going on, but you know, when I take my medications, everything's good, I'm alright, and you know, there's really nothing to talk about when it comes to that. But anyway, there was a period of time around July 4th where something happened to me and I started feeling really, I guess weird is the only way to describe it. And it was getting progressively worse by the day. And what happened was, man, this is so difficult to talk about. I just felt like my general homeostasis was off, like something was wrong. And I couldn't figure out what it was. I was having auditory hallucinations, like hearing stuff that other people weren't. I was having delusions that somebody was poisoning me. My anxiety was out of this world. Like, I was so scared of what was going on with me, but I couldn't figure it out. I was getting suicidal ideations because of the way I was perceiving the world. I just figured, like, I can't live like this anymore. You know, something is wrong, and I don't know what it is, and everything was weird. So the worst part of everything was my body started acting up. So I was getting these electrical shocks all over my body. And whenever I move my eyes, like if I move my eyes up this way or this way, my whole head started doing all these like crazy internal motions and shocking the rest of my body. So, not to mention mentally how I felt, but physically, you know, there was something really off with me. And I mean, the worst part was I didn't know how to describe it to anybody. I was just sitting there by myself wondering what the hell was wrong with me, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. So for every day that this was happening to me, I kept thinking about everything that I was potentially putting into my body that, you know, could be causing me harm. Like what am I using or doing that's making me feel like this? So I kept thinking about it, and you know, I changed my whole routine. I took things out. I took like some of my supplements out, some, you know, just things that I do. I changed it up just to see, you know, if that was the causation of how I'm feeling. Needless to say, it wasn't. Nothing fixed it, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. So I thought I was gonna have to check myself into the hospital. For sure. But something just came over me, and I was sitting there and I was just asking God, just, you know, let me figure this out, because I can't live like this, please, you know? And this whole time I was thinking about what I was putting into my body that could be causing all this suffering, but I never thought about I could be potentially leaving something out. So when I started thinking that way, I got up and I looked at my nightly medications and what I was taking, and I looked in my little pill organizer and everything, and sure enough, one of my main ones that I take, and it's called Effexor, it was missing. So then I come to realize that I threw my entire bottle away by accident. I didn't take it for like 4 days. So I hurried up and I read the side effects of not taking that medicine, you know, for a period of time, and it was exactly what I was going through. So I hurried up and took one, and within 30 minutes, I started feeling better. 30 minutes. I guess the worst part, in my opinion, was not only did I not know what was going on with me, but because of my post schedule, I had to continue doing my makeup posts every single day that I was feeling like this. And I mean, nobody knew what was wrong with me. I didn't talk about it, so like, people were just looking at my posts, and I put zero effort into them. I just, you know, went through the motions, tried to push through it, try to get my posts up, and man, I was suffering. Like, I did not want to do it. I just wanted, you know, I couldn't handle it. So if you look at my posts around that time, they're pretty bad. I guess the moral of the story is, if you're on any kind of medication, don't forget to take it, or don't mess up your dosage, because it can really affect you in a bad way. But anyway, I was going through days and days and days of withdrawal without even knowing it. It wasn't that long ago that this happened to me, and I still can remember the exact same feelings that I had. And I never, ever, 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 ever want to relive that again. So ever since that happened, I've been very, very careful about my medicine and making sure that I take everything that I'm supposed to when I'm supposed to. Alright, here's the final look. I'm not really sure if the lipstick matches, but I really just wanted to wear it today, so that's the one I picked. And it was this little flower beauty crown that I got at Dollar Tree. They have some really good name brands there every now and then. But other than that, thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me today, and that is all I have for you. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you didn't like this video, hit the thumbs down button. And until next time, bye!